Alright, before we do this proof with the transitive property, I want to talk about this information down here. In your notes, hopefully that's up here, and just what I have is out of order a little bit. So if you're given that angle 1 is complementary to angle 2, and that angle 2 and angle 3 are congruent, we can conclude that angle 1 is also complementary to angle 3. So it's kind of like we replaced angle 2 with angle 3 right here. Yes. So angle 1 is complementary to angle 2 and angle 3 are congruent, so that means angle 1 is complementary with angle 3. So replaced, or in other words, we substituted. So we've got this thing called the substitution property. And that's going to come into play up above with our proof. Alright, so now let's take a look at the proof. We are given that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. So we can go ahead and mark angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. And we need to prove that angle 1 is supplementary to angle 3. So in our proof, angle 1 is congruent to angle 2 is our first statement, and we write that in because that's our given. Alright, from there, what you can say is that angle 2 is supplementary to angle 3. Remember, if you have a straight line like this, you can assume supplementary angles. So we're going to go ahead and say that angle 2 is supplementary to angle 3. And that is just assumed. We're allowed to assume supplementary angles. Well, now we're able to say that angle 1 is supplementary to angle 3. And that comes from our substitution property. Kind of like what we talked about down before, if angle 2 is supplementary to angle 3 and angle 1 and 2 are congruent, then angle 1 is also supplementary to angle 3. So this is that kind of replacement or substituting that we did. So that's our substitution property.